Okay. Out of studio mode. Look at that. All right, so now we should be to the point. Turn my volume up. Let's talk about some AI music, shall we? Music generators. So I want to play. Let's do. Cloud. Start a new chat with Cloud. All right. So let's talk about AI music real quick. I should have that open too. Sorry, I'm actually while I'm wasting time not speaking into the microphone, I wanted to ask one of the audience members, one of the community members, if you will, Mr. Chris Ortiz. You recently started a YouTube channel. How has that been going for you, sir? Like, what is the status? How have you published your first video? I would imagine you have. I have not been able to go seek you out and check that out. So, yeah, what do you got? What's going on? Give me the deets, as it were. There we go. Okay, so while we are waiting for Chris Ortiz to catch up, because there is a delay from me speaking to when things can happen, I want to play a song because this is going to be kind of the genesis for this conversation in AI music. I will leave up the lyrics to the song here on the page. Actually, I think I can even make this a little bit bigger so they're easier to see. Let's say 120. Oh, that's the other one, I think. Mushroom. Where is that? Who posted it? Oh. So let's see. There was another band. I have to do it up here. We're going to have to do it off. Go to Mushroom Head. Tour. Wow, Mushroom Head doesn't even have it on their page yet. What does Bands in Town have to say? Bands in Town. Yeah, they don't have up on the Bands in Town either. Upon a Burning Body? Huh. On Blabbermouth. Okay, let's go to Blabbermouth. I should have checked there first. honestly. Blabbermouth, right there. Mushroom Head, right there. Yeah. They're not coming here either. Mushroom Head starts October 4th in Buffalo, New York, runs through October 26th in Cleveland, Ohio for their Halloween show that they do every year. We'll be touring with apparently Upon a Burning Body, because that's where we found it to begin with. Yeah. Upon a Burning Body will not be at 2 of the shows on that bill. Upon a Burning Body, There Is No Us, and Mind Incision are the support. So, interesting. All right, back to AI music. And Chris, if he ever responds in chat. Either way, so we're going to play this song. I made this song. It's total self-service kind of situation because I just wanted to see if I could do that and make it sound legit, because you can make almost anything sound legit using Udio. That being said, there are some issues here, so we'll play the song and then we'll talk about the issues.
In the mainframe, code is our chain. Data streams flickering, a cyberpunk refrain. Then a beacon emerges, a node shining through. Generally nerdy reveals the verdant view. Beyond the simulacra, through cryptic portals, our verdant collective, transcending mortals, eternally patched in to the source of might, converging as one in gently nerdy cyberlight.
So now we get to a point where this is supposed to be a chorus. Supposed to be a chorus right here.
Diverting circuits to this verdant vine. Join. Subscribe to Generally Nerdy. Our bytes realign. Generally Nerdy. Jacked into the netherscape. Thriving in verdant light. Subscribe.
So far, the structure is nice. It's actually quite good.
Minds overclocked, shifting realities locks. Verdant pathway spreading, connection locked. Siphoning the currents of esoteric delight. No firewall can sever us from generally Nerdy's light.
Now we're supposed to go into the chorus again, but this doesn't sound anything like the first one.
Join the Nexus.
Still sounds really cool though.
Diverting circuits to this verdant vine. Subscribe to Generally Nerdy. Our bikes realign. Jacked into the netherscape, thriving in verdant light. Beyond the simulacra, through cryptic portals, our verdant collective, transcending mortals. Beyond the simulacra, through cryptic portals, our verdant collective, transcending mortals.
See, so it's good. I dig it, but it's not just because the words are the same and they give it a different feel from section to section. When you're writing a song, when you're in the songwriting process, like one of the things, and Adam Neely says this over and over and over again, which is kind of funny because the phrase is repetition legitimizes. So when you hit that chorus, it's the subtle differences from one chorus to the next that change its effectiveness. When you have two choruses in the song and they don't sound anything alike outside of the words being spoken and or sung, like it kind of undercuts the effectiveness of said section of the song. So, I wanted to in stream tonight, and it's probably going to take a little bit of time, so that's why I say this is going to be a whole section unto itself. I want to try, and we'll test this with both Udio and Suno. I might have to re-sign into Suno because it's been a minute. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with Udio, just because I know that one's going to give us the more pleasing results. So let's my creation, start fresh. Up here, we are signed in. That's another thing about Udio, I think, that is a bit of an issue, is like it's just the site itself is very unstable. I get logged out regularly for no real reason that I can decipher. Excuse me. So, all right, we're gonna start with a fresh one. Oh yeah, this is we're not gonna play it though. All right, so starting with a fresh, we're going to. Let's write. I want to keep it in the realm of heavy music because I feel like it's still evident in the more poppy genres and like country or something like that. But I feel like it's more obvious when the genre is more extreme. So we're going to write our own lyrics. We're going to use Claude to write her lyrics. So we're going to write our own lyrics. We're going to do a song. What should we do a song about? We'll do a song. Let's say an Argent. Does that not know Argent metal? Argent. Oh, come on. It doesn't know Argent metal. Okay, so we'll say deathcore. Deathcore song about wrestling a bear. So there's a couple of things that I think there's a couple of reasons why I think going with a separate LLM to write lyrics when you're doing something like this versus using whatever LLM they're based on in the lyric window, because you can tell it, or I guess the auto-generated, you can tell it in this prompt area up here what you want the lyrics to be about. and then it will auto-generate them as long as you have the auto-generated option highlighted. But the LLM, you don't have the same kind of granular editability as you do if you're going directly to like ChatGPT or Claude or Meta AI or something like that. So I like to use Claude. They're all roughly the same intelligence level. And I use the free version when I do it too, so it's the one that's just slightly less smart. About wrestling a bear, and we'll say, metalcore, and then we'll say industrial. And then we'll say experimental.
Why do I get the impression you forgot to push the subscribe button? I mean, it's free, so go ahead and do that, and, yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks. We'll get back to the show now. Okay, bye.
All right. And then let's go to Claude and have Claude write us some lyrics. So here's the thing that I like to do when writing lyrics with an LLM, because it's always just for the exercise purpose. Like, I probably would never actually use just straight lyrics pulled from an LLM, but like, it's a good way to kind of jump off the springboard and get going with a lyrical ideas. Especially Claude. Claude is more, I feel like, is more verbally creative. So we're gonna say, help me write a deathcore song about. I chose wrestling a bear. I can spell wrestling a bear. Because I just saw Slaughter to Prevail. I actually have bruises. I don't know how well you can see them on camera, but from the mosh pit, it was pretty much one of the most fun shows I've been in a long time. All right, so wrestling a bear. So that's what our song's about. So we're not just going to time for a W break. All right. That's right. Dubby partners with the channel. They don't like us to say sponsors the channel because that implies something else. It is similar, but not the same. Dubby is a partner with Generally Nerdy. So if you use, I don't know if I have the link in the description, but we can add it there. Whatever. If you use code Generally Nerdy at checkout, you will get 10% off if you are looking for some energy, for an energy drink that's a little bit more than just caffeine and sugar water. A fair bit more than caffeine and sugar water. It's got nootropics in there, man. Helps your brain. Anyway, so let's get into this. Most people coming in to write a text prompt to get lyrics would do just this one line. This would get them something workable, and they would either just use what Claude spit out. They would probably maybe regenerate once or twice, copy paste lyrics from each generation, and call that good for the purposes of writing something very superficially an AI song. So I like to take it just a little bit further. We want to modify and try to, that was the other thing. We'll finish this thought first. Try to get a little bit more granular with the edit so that we get something that's a lot more unique in the output. And by that, I mean use perplexing language and keep the metaphors vague. So that usually puts out something a little bit more colorful lyrically. Because the perplexing language prompt gives you something that's not just going to be cry and why and buy and just the really super simple rhyme scheme. Well, it's really super simple rhymes. The rhyme scheme, I'm still trying to figure out a way to get something more complex than couplets. But at this point, I haven't really been able to get it to pump out anything like that. I can get triplets if I really work the prompt a lot. It took some doing, but I want to get something a little more, I don't know, modern poetry, I guess. So yeah, we'll start there. That will be how we start that. And then the thing that I forgot for Udio, good thing we haven't generated yet. Let's say, so the experiment tonight is going to be, because we're going to generate probably the sung vocal and potentially use the music behind that. But then also we're going to generate just some straight music. So in order to keep these interchangeable, in order to continue to be able to use these, we have to constrain it a little bit, which gets us into the granular discussion again. But we'll get to that in just a second. So let's say, and I don't even know that this is going to work. Let's say 180 beats per minute, key of C sharp minor. Yeah, C sharp minor is fine. All right, so we need to be sure that we include that bit of prompt in everything. Oh, should we? I think if we don't tell it to do otherwise, it will just generate in 4/4 time. So we'll leave it in 4/4 time. I think time signatures is going to be an experiment for a different night. But these two things, I think, are going to be super key in making all of our pieces fit. So that's where we're going to start. So lyrics, I'm sure Claude has our lyrics for us by now. Sure does. Growl, scowl, threat, sweat. Grip of the mane of consequence untamed. Hey, there's a little bit more depth in your rhyme scheme right there. Muscle coil, neath pelt unclaimed, tooth and nail, a savage dance. Yeah, we'll call that sufficient. Actually, no, let's modify this one more time, because if we go back to Udio, you can see lyrical tip. Nope, that's not what I want. There's a tip over here. If the model mispronounces between, so here's one, use between 200 and 350 characters for best results. And then write lyrics suitable for a 30-second clip. About 6 lines for most genres, fewer for slower songs, more for faster songs. So this is going to be a little bit of a faster song, 180 BPMs, fairly fast. So let's go back to Claude and let's say, let's try this. Let's try again. This time, make verse 1 8. Let's write out the 8 lines long, and the subsequent verses 6 lines long. There we go. Okay. And we again, the lyrics will be an experiment for a different time. Once I've got a little bit more experience off stream. So we're gonna copy verse 1, go back into not into Suno, go back into our Udio, and we shall paste. And then we go up to the top and make sure that it is in the brackets. And then I think, no, we'll do that after the next one. So we'll generate this as is. Let's see what happens. And this only takes just a moment, like fairly insane. While we're waiting, let's go, oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's go to ideogram. Still doing good on stream. All right, all right. Oh, I have to log back into ideogram too, apparently. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, oh, wow. Some really cool stuff on ideogram right now. All right. Let's get into my profile. All. Ideogram is an image generator that I am still trying to kind of figure out all the nuance for. It is one of the more powerful ones, especially for free image creators. So let's say heavy metal album cover of a man wrestling a bear. With the words Alex. Now let's put it in quotes. Alex and the bear stylized across the image. All right, let's see what Udio does. We're gonna magic prompt is gonna be on instead of auto. And we're gonna hit the generate. Is that what we want? That's what we want. Let's give it a shot. All right, so what has Udio done for us? So when you generate, it always generates two different things. And then you have to iterate from that. Now, this is where part of the experiment's going to come in tonight, because if we like the music from one or we like the lyrics, then we can pull that 30-second clip and separate the music from the lyrics. So let's see what the first one has given us.
National stories out, piercing walls and shake the grounds. Running for a code of dread, rival by instinct led. Silence rap, a brutal rage. One false move your life to take. Slip golden through the savage chest. Conquer all belongs to rest.
I wish I could get it to stop auto playing afterwards, but oh wait, is that? Oh, maybe it'll stop now. All right, so let's go back and listen to option 2. Oh, really? All right, so option 2. Ooh, so far I like the intro a little more. Oof, we're 12 seconds in and no lyrics have started yet. Oh. Yeah, no, we're going with number 1. Definitely going with number 1. All right, so Mall Dominion. We'll go in here and then we'll extend from here. You can extend on the main line as well, but I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, have the preference of doing it here. I also, once I have a first verse that I like to do an instrumental intro. I don't know if that's 100% necessary, actually. Let's listen to the beginning again. It kind of already has an instrumental intro, doesn't it?
Face me, a personal story's house. Piercing words and shake the grounds. Headed for a code of dread. Rival by instinct led. Silence rap, a brutal wreck. One false move your life to take.
Okay, so we don't need to do the intro for this one, I don't think. I think we'll go with as is. So we'll add a section after. Now we're going to go into, what did Claude suggest next? Should be the chorus. So we'll copy the chorus. We'll go in and paste it here. And also, so remember we have to put our section names in the carets, in the brackets, in the square brackets. And then also, I've been experimenting with this, so we'll see what happens when we put it at the front of a section. But this drop command has almost gotten me into a breakdown. Like, I still have yet to be able to get this thing to generate a instrumental, like a metal breakdown, like a halftime breakdown. But drop is getting close. So there's got to be some other modification I can do to it, but I have yet to find it. So we have our chorus. This is where it's going to start getting interesting. While we're waiting for that to render, we will come back to ideogram. Ideogram is taking... let's try that again. That one's close. Let's try. Let's retry. Let's say a ball, a heavily Oh yeah, totally ran that pit last night. I heard people calling him Ninja. That's funny. Huh. Yeah, I don't know that ran the pit. I mean, like, he was not doing the hardcore bullshit, so there's that. Tattooed man with a shaved head. Wrestling a bear with the words Alex and the bear stylized across the image. Now let's see what it gives us with that one. Back to Udio. Yes, we do. All right, so we have our first extension is the green one. Let's see what we get from this. And we'll skip past what we've got.
The vein of consequence untamed. As muscle coils these bells unclaimed. Tooth and nail, a savage dance. Survival's fire, a faithful trance.
All right. So this is approximately the length of a Suno song now. So let's go into Suno and see if we can't create enter style of music. We're going to say deathcore, metalcore, experimental, metal, industrial, metal. And then what did I say? We have to let's go copy paste the 180 BPM key of C sharp minor. And see, oops, that's not what I wanted. Go away. Let's see if that makes a difference there. Using version 3, enter a title. We'll just use the same title that Udio has generated for us. Mauled Dominion. Copy that, go back to Suno and paste. All right, so Suno also produces 2 songs. The extended feature for Suno, though, isn't even as good as the Udio extensions. So, and the Udio, like I said, has its issues. Oh, but it generates a little bit faster. Look at that. So let's go here. Let's see what we've got. Option number 1. Yeah, no, definitely not as good. Interesting transition out, though. All right, let's see what we get with this one. It's and then it leaves all of this open. That is a lot of just no lyrics. Very strange. So like it has almost like it's trying to create the sounds with every instrument all at once. So it all sounds a lot more muddy. It's been so long since I've played in Suno. I kind of forgot. All right, so which of these? I don't even remember. Go back to my creations. We haven't listened to both of them, so we'll listen to this one now. Right here, all right.
The maid of consequence, untamed. As muscle coils, these pelts, unclaimed. Tooth and nail, a savage dance. Survival's pyre, a fate, fall, trance.
Interesting. I think that one was the better one. Let's listen to the end of the first one again.
As muscle coils is bounced unclaimed. Tooth and nail, a savage dance. Survival's fire, a fateful trance.
Yeah, definitely the second one, which is extension version 2. So in here, we're already here. We will add a section. What is Claude's suggestion for where we go next? It wants us to go into verse 2. Let's do... Yeah, sure. That's fine. Verse 2 it is. We'll go in here, paste those lyrics, and do the square brackets for the verse command. All right, so now we have, or into our second verse. Generating 2 new tracks. We'll go back to our album cover. I like this one, but there's too many hallucinations in it. We have a man with 3 arms and it misspelled bear. So let's remix this bad boy. And we'll say image weight 20%, generate. While we're waiting, time for another dubby break. That's a good one. That's a weird one. Look at his arm. That's crazy. That's a pretty good one, too. We have a hallucination here, though, because we have bear in there twice. So we'll do that one. Let's see if we can remix this one more time. We'll get a little bit heavier on the weight, and we'll change the prompt to auto. Go back to Udio. And we have 2 more extensions to listen to. So we'll start with extension 1.
The maid of consequence, untamed.
Let's go to the end of the chorus.
A savage dance, survival's pyre, a fate, fall, trance. Titan, risen from primordial sleep, jaws unhinged like cavernous keep, pulls like granite unyielding frame, to face this beast of fool's aim. Sinew, strength against immortal power, one breath away from death's dark hour.
And that's where you can hear. All right, so there's a couple of things. I don't think we're going to use this version, but we can still talk about the issues are now presenting themselves, right? So the first issue is our verses are going to sound rather different, which in a genre like this isn't entirely unheard of, because there is definitely a progressive element to deathcore and metalcore, etc., etc. So that's not as egregious. But if you listen at the end of verse 2, we have a hallucination change. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Let's listen to the verse first, and then I'll show you where it hallucinates and brings us into effectively a new song. So this is verse 1. This is the intro, which I still kind of dig. Oh, wait. That is not the song we're doing. That's the song I've already done. So we have a theme. We have that guitar line going. That is kind of our theme that's getting us through the verse. That right there. Okay, so that's basically how verse 1 sounds. Then we have into the chorus.
A savage dance, survival's pyre, a fate, fall, trance.
And then we have a really cool little interlude that's it's kind of a solo, but it's not a proper solo section. It's just a couple of measures of solo. And it brings us back to that theme. If you hear in the background, like we have the crunchy guitars in the foreground, but in the background we still have that. Right, so it's still there, and I think it even shows up in the chorus. Ish. But we have a hallucination. You can hear a music AI hallucinate, which is such a crazy thing.
All power, one breath away from death's dark hour.
Right there. So he finishes the lyric.
Sinew, strength against immortal power, one breath away from...
All right, so he's going to finish the one from death's dark hour, and then you hear the hallucination click.
Death's dark hour.
And that changes our theme. You can already hear the theme it has been changed. It's not missing. There's still a theme. There's still something that will tie future sections together, but it's not going to tie it to the sections we already have. And that's one of the biggest issues right now with these AI models. So in order to fully illustrate my point, I'm not even going to go back to Claude to copy paste the chorus and stuff from Claude. I'm going to copy paste directly inside of Udio itself. Actually, we still haven't listened to the other extension. So let's see if the second extension also has a hallucination. I think that's going to be the interesting thing here. There was a hallucination right there. Wow, that was quick. So let's get to the end of the chorus right here-ish. We have the guitar licks, the solo-y. Right there was a hallucination. Yeah, and then it changes our theme. It picks up the speed, it double times the speed of the theme, and also changes the tempo of the song.
Cavernous shape, bones like granite, an unyielding frame. The face is beast, a fool's aim, sinew strains against immortal power. One breath away from death's dark hour.
Yeah, so we are going to go with the first one then. Go back to my creations. 2.1 is where we're going. That's the one. So we'll extend section after. And remember, we copied that from Udio, so I'm not leaving Udio to get this. So there's no reason why it should sound any different than the first chorus if it were following the rules that we understand in music. So generate that. Go back to our album cover. Cycle through these bad boys. Some hallucinations in this one. Guy's missing his arm. Bear has 3 arms. Seems only appropriate. That's a good one. Oof, the bear's paw is all messed up. I think this is the one that we'll go with. Compare that to the original. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with that one. All right, so that will be our prompt. So we're going to come to this prompt again in the future. We should have our generated extensions. So we now have 2.1.2 and 2.1.1. Start with 0.1 and see what happens here. So we should have 2 choruses that sound similar. Maybe not exactly the same, but if this was, again, a human writing this, the 2 choruses would definitely resemble each other very strongly. Oh, stop it. Right, so that's what the chorus should sound like.
A savage dance, survival's fire, a fate, fall, trance.
And then we have verse 2, which we're going to skip, and then we're going to get into chorus 2. So probably come back here a little bit, catch the end of verse 2.
From death's dark hour.
So we still have our theme. There's the hallucination. The theme has changed. A lot more reverb on it.
I rip the mane of consequence, untamed, as muscle coils, knees belt, unclaimed, tooth and nail, a savage stance, survival's pyre, a fateful trance.
That actually is not terrible as far as matching.
The main of consequence, untamed. As muscle coils, these pelts, unclaimed. Tooth and nail, a savage dance. Survival's pyre, a fate, full trance.
And then the second one.
Consequence, untamed. As muscle coils, knees belt, unclaimed. Tooth and nail,
I still think we're gonna edit this a bit, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Previously it has not been so cooperative, so maybe we just lucked out this time. Let's go back to 2.1.2 and see how we did with this one. Chorus starts about here. All right, that's where we should be. This is more what I was expecting. Yeah, that's more what I was expecting. So let's generate to the end of the song. I think we're going to go with 2.1.1 because that was the closest to matching in and of itself. So get back in there, and then we get into extend. Let's throw an instrumental section in here just for poops and smiles. 180 BPM, key of C sharp. I'm really curious now that we have a little bit more to go on. Let's copy this and go back into Suno. I think it was this one that had the really strange. Strange interlude out of it. See what happens. And then we go. We've already got our album cover. Yeah, right there. I bet Udio is ready for us. It would seem to be. Oh, not quite. All right, 2.1.1.1. We have a chorus into an instrumental break. And that brings our theme back. I have never heard it do that before. Wow. All right. So point 1 might be where we go, but let's see what point 2 did. Because that brought the theme back. That's never happened. Usually when it hallucinates, it completely veers off into a different song. That's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie.
Survival's pyre of faithful trance.
Wow. What the hell is that? That's just proving my point, I think. A little like periphery interlude. Interesting. Oof, I don't know which one I like better. Just to try and make this as cohesive as possible, we will go with point 1. But I really like both of those. And honestly, I think point 2 is the better choice, dynamically speaking. But in order to do what I want to do, I think the dynamics are going to make it a little bit more difficult. So, from there, we will go with Claude's suggested bridge. Extend. We'll add a section after. Paste. Do the squared brackets. Keep all that the same. I'm not even going to worry about genre shifts, which I've seen some pretty intense genre shifts done in Udio, so I know that's possible, but I wonder how we could use that to our advantage. But again, that's probably an experiment for another night. So we have our new set of lyrics. Let's see what happens with this. Let's go listen to what Suno has created for us. We have these two extensions. We'll start here. Wow. Okay, let's... I don't even know what the hell is going on over here. What happens if we do that? Let's change all of this to just say deathcore. No, actually, let's change that to aggressive math metal. See what that does, because those are not... This is not going in any sort of usable direction. Is Suno ready for us? Maybe. Yes. All right. So, point 1. We'll start with point 1 first. This should be our bridge. We're almost to the end. Whoa. Are we hallucinating again?
Leviathan of fang and rage, an ancient into a primal cage. Dominance writ in crimson score. The victor's prize to wrestle more. Oh.
Well, that was very strange. All right. Let's go back to my creations. We're going to talk. There we go here. This is our solo break.
Leviathan, a fang and ray.
This is cool dynamics.
An ancient duel, a primal cage. Dominance writ and crimson scar. The victor's prize to wrestle more.
I think we'll go with that one. We're at 3 minutes and 16 seconds. You can only go up to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So we have 2 more generations left. Claude has one more chorus for us in its suggested song structure. So let's try something crazy. We're going to go with another extend. We're going to copy a chorus. Extend. Paste. And then drop. Oops.
Get over here!
Square brackets. Two, 3, 4 times. Let's see what happens if we drop 4 times and one thing. Now, this also could be why there's such a because I tend to do this from time to time where I'll add accent things to one of the sections. So that might have something to do with, I'm just now realizing as I'm doing this, might have something to do with why from one chorus to the next chorus, there's a fair bit of change, which shouldn't be, but we'll see what happens this time around. Go back to Suno and see what we got. Oh, hopefully this one turns out a little bit better. Nope, not going anywhere better. What about this one? What the hell is this? So I don't understand how it can go from, let's see, where's one that I know is good? Let's try that one. See, that's better. Like, why is this such a difficult ask? I don't get it. Let's continue to ponder Suno while we... There we go. All right, so we'll start with point 1 again. This is our drop experiment. Second drop experiment, sorry. So this is the bridge we just did.
Dominance red and crimson scar. The victor's prize to wrestle more. Leviathan of fang and wrath.
Repeats, apparently. Interesting. That's not what I told it to do.
Dominance red and crimson scar. The victor's prize to wrestle.
Oh, it is what I told it to do, kind of. That's dumb. I think I did a dumb. I copied the wrong bit. Yeah, I copied the wrong bit.
Dominance red and crimson scar. The victor's prize to wrestle more. Leviathan.
It's an interesting effect. So we have one more generation on this, so we'll generate an outro because I kind of dig the mistake. But which one is better? That is the question. Let's listen again, I guess. They're both very similar.
Leviathan of fang and rage. An ancient duel, a primal cage. Dominance red and crimson scar.
The surge in this one I think I like more.
To wrestle.
Yeah. So, point 1 is where we're going to extend into the outro. Should we do lyrics in the outro? Chorus. Is there something? No, it generated the same chorus for the first version. We'll use the last 2 lines of the chorus as our outro. So does it say outro is a thing that we can use? Let's see what happens. Outro. Go for it. And then while that's going, pull up a Google search off stream for that separator. Google AI music separator. Vocal remover. That's the one, I think. Yep. All right. So copy that guy. Paste it up here. All right. So in Suno, let's try something different. Let's reset. How do we reset? Go away. All right. So that, and then we'll go here. Let's try making the style prompt a little more simple. Nope. We want a brand new clear. There we go. Now we have to do that again. Aggressive. I can spell math metal. Keeping the 180 BPM, key of C sharp minor, on the off chance this generates something that we can potentially use. Though at the looks of it, we're probably going to have to do the other bit of this experiment on potentially another stream, which I don't necessarily like, but it is getting a little late. So, new camera seems to be working just fine. That's pretty awesome. So one of the reasons why we started late was because I was getting that together. So let's go back into Udio, back to the new files. Still not done generating. Suno is, though. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, I see what happened. Okay, well. All right. And then the other thing I meant to do is delete that and put a bigger space there. Aggressive math metal, 180 BPMs, key of C sharp. Verse, chorus. All right, let's go. Udio still not done. Interesting. This has taken a little while to generate.
Get over here!
Very interesting. Rock, metal, metalcore. It doesn't say deathcore in the genre category at all, even though that was the first one I put in the prompt. All right, let's see now what Suno has. Very weird. Into a solo. What are you going to do for the other half of the track then? Wow. Repeat the chorus. Okay. This is much better than before. I think giving it all those genre tags really confused the AI. Okay, I think we're going with an extension off of that one. Let's extend that bad boy. We're going to go back to our Udio so we get the same structure. So that's through chorus 1. Let's see what it happens if we give it all the way up through the bridge. Paste verse, chorus. Try the drop thing again. All right. Extend. hold on to your butts because I don't know what the hell's going to happen here. All right, so Udio is finally done with the end of our generated track on this side. Let's see what happens. Point 1, we'll start there because you start with number 1 first. All right, so we know the song. We just went through. This is, I think, the second time through the bridge at the end. I think maybe Drop should have lyrics after it so that it understands it. That's probably something that requires a deeper investigation. But that ending was pretty sick. That's... oh, man. All right, so let's see what happens here. Once again, we'll come in at the end of the second bridge. First one. Yeah, I think point 1 is where we're going. So that is the song that we have created. So, we'll pull that up. We'll play it one more time. Go look at our image. So we're going to copy paste this prompt into here. Then we'll go into edit. Edit image, and then we can create an image prompt. That's why I like the ideogram, because it has such colorful language. The image generators really like it. So let's see what happens there.
A savage dance, survival's fire, a faithful trance. Risen from primordial sleep, jaws unhinged like cavernous deep, bones like granite unyielding frame, to face this beast of fool's aim. Sinew, strength against immortal power, one breath away from death's dark hour.
Let's take out the blood-soaked bear part, because apparently it's not letting us generate that.
Consequence, untamed, as muscle coils.
Let's try that again.
Unclaimed, to the nail, a savage stance. Survival's fire, a faithful trance.
This is taking a while to render. Oh, wow.
Leviathan, a fang and rage, an ancient duel, a primal cage, dominance writ in crimson scar, the victor's prize to wrestle more. Leviathan, a fang and rage, an ancient duel, a primal cage, dominance writ in crimson scar, the victor's prize to wrestle. The nail, a savage dance, survival's player, a painful trance. To the nail, a savage dance, survival's player, a painful trance.
Yeah. So that's our song. All right. So real quick on the conversation. The granular control for this is where it's heading. So I would not be surprised if Udio, once it comes out of beta, because as you see up here in the corner, it does still say Udio beta. Once it comes out of beta, very likely the free version is going to remain this way, but I do foresee a very likely future where things like this BPM and key prompt, which I don't think has really done anything. We haven't tested it yet. We'll have to do that on the next one, but I'm fairly certain. I don't have a great ear, especially when it comes to the very distorted stuff, but don't have a great ear to just pick out keys, but I don't know that we're in C# minor. I don't think that's 180 BPM. It feels like it's a little bit faster than that. I feel like we're closer to 200 BPM. So I don't think those that part of the prompt is doing anything for us. I think the first proper iteration of Udio, at least one of those two things is going to have some sort of weight added to it. If it's the BPM, BPM might make a little bit more sense. I don't know how they do the logic behind these AIs though, so I don't know exactly how that will work out. But I feel like BPM seems like an easier direction to go because that's a lot more concrete. Whereas keys, it doesn't necessarily go out of key as is, but like telling it to generate in a specific key, I think is too much. Again, I don't know. I'm not an engineer when it comes to this stuff. It just going off of what the little bit of knowledge I have in this area seems that keys would be a little bit more of a oops. Oh, hey. Yeah, see, uncommon time signatures, I didn't give it that. It just automatically tagged that. Probably because aggressive, I don't know why. I think you're going to be able to do all of those things. You're going to be able to do the BPM. You're going to be able to tell it to write in a specific key, and then you're also going to be able to give it a time signature. If you want to just in straight 4/4, if you want to do something crazy, get like a 15/8 or something along those lines. I think all of that is coming. I don't think the next iteration of it is going to have all three of those elements. It will have one. Potentially will have 2, but I doubt it will have all 3. The other thing is the LLM that they use to write the lyrics. I know we used Claude. And you can get a smarter LLM on your own, which then would make this already. But as far as the built-in large language model that generates the lyrics, I think they're going to get a little bit smarter. Very likely, I think they're using ChatGPT. I feel like at some point I remember somebody saying that this is some sort of relation to OpenAI, who does ChatGPT. I don't know that for certain, though, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's the direction I think we're going with these AI music generators. And honestly, we're probably 6 months, a year might be a little bit of a long guess, but about 6 months I would venture before we see the first proper non-beta version of Udio. And then we will start to see probably regular iterations once or twice a year from there. That's all of my future projections. Thank you very much for sitting through this with me. This is just so fascinating for me right now. So I being as it's been a week, I just wanted to kind of get a little creative as far as music goes, and this is super easy to do on stream. So yeah. We will take a very small break and come back, and we'll just play three sets on the Mortal Kombat. Excuse me. And then we'll call that a stream. So those of you who are watching in post or listening in post, thank you very much. I appreciate you. This is where your episode ends. For everyone else, I will see you in just a moment. Again, for those of you leaving us, if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here. And everyone else, give me just a minute to set up the game, and I will be right back.
Minds overclocked, shifting realities locks. Verdant pathway spreading, connection locked. Siphoning the currents.
Get over here!
Toasty! No firewall can sever us from generally nerdy's light. Join the nexus, drain the power line, diverting circuits to this verdant find. Subscribe to Generally Nerdy, our bytes realign. Jacked into the netherscape, thriving in verdant light.